All right, on page 17, we're going to look at solving rational equations. Now, today's equations are all cross multiplication equations, which is going to make today a lot easier. So, we're going to multiply diagonally. We got to make sure that we distribute. When we do so. And when we're done with the cross multiplication, the fractions will all be gone. So our cross multiplication will give us 7x equals 4x minus 24. So that's the cross multiplication. We'll now solve the equation. So we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. 3x equals 24. And so x will be 8. So that's the solving. The last part of what we need to do is check for what's called an extraneous solution. An extraneous solution is what's going to make the denominator become 0. And so we're not allowed to let the denominator become 0. So right here, this is where we get our extraneous solutions. The denominator cannot equal 0. So the question will be, if I take the 8 and I plug it in here, will it give me a 0? And if I plug that in, it's 8 minus 6, which is 2. And as long as it's not 0, then 8's okay. Well, what if I took the 8 and I plugged it here? Does it become 0? Well, no, it doesn't, because when you plug 8 there, it's just 8. So we have checked for extraneous solutions and verified that 8 is the answer to the problem. Okay, example 2, we'll do the same thing. We got cross multiply. Make sure we distribute. So that's going to give us 6a plus 3. Cross multiply. Make sure you distribute. 7a minus 56. Now we're solving. Subtract 6a. A. We'll add 56. That equals 59. If I take 59 and I plug it back into here, that's not going to give me 0. If I plug it back into here, it won't give me 0. So we have verified that 59 is the answer. Let's go take a look at example 3. Okay, cross multiplication is going to give us r squared equals 4r minus 4. Now, this being a quadratic, everything needs to be on the same side as the square. So we are going to move this stuff to the left. So this is going to become r squared equals, r squared minus 4r plus 4 equals 0. So we subtracted 4r from to the left, and we added 4 to the left. This will now factor into r minus 2, which just gives us one answer, the same number, r equals 2. So before I circle that, I want to verify that it's not going to give me a 0 in the denominator. So 2 minus 1 is not 0. 2 here is not 0. So 2 is verified to be a good answer. On the right, on example 4, cross multiplication, you have to FOIL. M times m is m squared plus 3m minus 2m minus 6 equals 24. So you got some simplifying and you've got to move a problem, move a number 24 to the left. This is going to be m squared plus m minus 6 equals 24. I'll subtract the 24. M squared plus m minus 30 equals 0. It's a quadratic, so we want to factor it. M plus 6 minus 5. So we're going to get two answers, or two possible answers. And you just need to check. Will either of these numbers, here or here, make that become 0? So negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. That's not 0. 5 minus 2 is 3. That's not 0. So both are verified answers. We have two answers for this problem, negative 6 and positive 5. All right, example 5, cross multiplication, y squared plus 5y equals 3y plus 8. And once again, this stuff has to move to the left-hand side. You want to keep everything on the y squared side. So it's going to be y squared. You're going to subtract 3y from 5y, which is 2y. We'll subtract 8. Back to factoring. Y plus 4 minus 2. So those will give us y equals negative 4 and y equals 2. And looking at negative 4 and positive 2, neither one of them make that become 0. So both of those are verified answers. And our last example, number 6, going to take a little bit more work here because we've got some FOILing to do. 2x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 12 equals 6. So we're going to combine 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals 6. We need to move the 6 to the other side. Minus 6. We'll do a little slide and divide. So 9 times 4 will work there. X plus 9, x minus 4. We have to divide back the 2. 2 will not divide into 9. So x, actually, you know what? Back that up. Because we are solving and not just factoring, we get an answer here of negative 9/2. And that's a verified answer because when I plug that into, if I were to plug this in here, it does not give me 0. So that's a good answer. And here, x will equal positive 2 because 4 divided by 2 is 2. And that plugs back into here. Also does not give you an extraneous answer, so it's verified as well. So x equals 2, and that is cross multiplication to solve rational equations.